Good morning, YouTubers. Welcome to the Spiritual Cleansing 3-in-1 channel. Today I'd like to give you a quick message on spiritual Christian maturity again, and I'd like to just use two verses. The first one is Matthew 8:20, and it says, "And Jesus saith unto them, The foxes have holes, and the birds of the air have nests, but the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head." What he's saying here, it sounds kind of curious, but what he's saying is baby foxes are birthed and raised in holes, and little birds are raised in nests, and this is birthing and youth and a symbol of immaturity. But the Son of Man hath not where to lay his head. What he's saying here is he wants to be the head, but he can't be when there's immaturity, when there's just the birth process and not what we need in the mature Christian life, which goes to the next verse, which is Hebrews 5:12. And I'm reading out of the King James. For the time ye ought to be teachers, he's saying, so by now you ought to be teachers. Ye have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God. So he's saying you have to be taught over and over again, and are become such as have need of milk and not strong meat. So he's saying you're like babes. You need milk because you can't eat meat yet. In verse 13, for everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. And then the next verse, but strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. So he's saying by reason of use, because you're exercising mature Christian walk, you are eating meat. But if you're not in your maturity, then you're still drinking milk. And so he's frustrated with the people. Paul is frustrated with the people that he's talking to because he wants them to grow up and be more mature and live by those principles so that they can discern good and evil. It says their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. That means they hear the voice of God. They don't necessarily listen to another voice. They just listen to God's voice. So that's my message for today, and have a great day. Bye.